I thought my heart had learned its lesson. It feels so good when you start out. My head is screaming, get a grip, girl. Unless you're dying to cry your heart out.
All right. Hello, lovies. How are you? I hope you are doing smash-tastic. Okay? Hope it's all going great and grand in the promised land. Thank all of you who checked in on me because I didn't post on Friday. I appreciate the loyalty and the viewership, and you guys are so great, and I love the community of love and lovies that we have created here. I'm good. It was just that it was the first week of work that I had, and I had never worked so consistently, so long, and so early, and so late, and so it just was an adjustment, and I just needed like a minute, and then it was Valentine's Day. So yeah, I just needed a second, but I appreciate all of you, okay? So we good? We jumping in now? The tea of the show is a de-stress tea. I'm gonna get some new ones. I am gonna get some new teas, but I need to get some cheese for my teas first. I need to get pizzade, okay? So this one is the de-stress tea, cinnamon, chamomile, and lavender. Let me know if you need any more information about it. So good. I like to call it the purple tea. And the tea of the show is going to be Love Found and Love Lost. As I said, we did have Valentine's Day, not necessarily my favorite holiday. So I want to talk to you guys about like my past, my experiences, what I like, what I don't like. Okay, so I was gonna go through guide my history in my past. I don't want to do that. That seems like it's gonna be a really long thing. I've liked at least 100 to 150 men in my life. I like people, and I like a lot of people, and I like them intensely, and that's who I am. So, or who I was, started to change because I grew up and got tired of the foolishness. So I'd rather just tell you about the things that I've learned. I think that's going to go a little bit easier. I have learned not to like guys who are mean to you. It is not a challenge. It is not a competition. It's not something that proves that you're stronger or weaker or anything like that. It is just you being mean to your heart, and that's not okay. I have learned that the guy you like at that time is extremely telling of how you feel about yourself at that time. So really analyze that. If you like a guy, and who you want to be at that time too. If you like a guy and he is mean, then you're probably being mean to yourself in other ways too. Or if you like a guy and he's very flaky, you probably feel like you don't deserve consistency, and you might want to look at how you're being inconsistent in your life. Yeah, just look into it. The guy who you like at that time usually will tell you how you feel about yourself at that time, is what I have learned. I have learned that you gotta be grown about yours. You really do. I spent a lot of time just kind of like pining in a corner. And it wasn't until I liked this grown man. He was so great. Oh, he was so beautiful. He was so beautiful. Who knew what he wanted in life and who knew who he was. He was super polite. He was the kind of man I will never regret liking. Until I liked him, I didn't realize how much it's a two-way street. You have to put forth things. Now it didn't go anywhere, but I'm incredibly proud of how I operated in the situation. That was the first time I was like, hey, do you want to go get a coffee, or do you want to try and do this, or do you want? And that was a beautiful thing to experience and to grow up into. You can't just keep waiting for men to invite you to the ball. That's not how that movie went. It's fun. So I learned that. I learned that you can tell pretty early in a situation when someone's going to commit to you. And you have to decide who you are and what you want when it comes to commitment, because I've changed over time. I used to be pro monogamy, and then I kind of shifted and was more non-committal and non-exclusivity and all that jazz. So it just depends what you want. But at the end of the day, there's a certain level of commitment. There's a certain level of loyalty and love that must be the standard. And I think you can tell pretty early when someone's going to give that to you or not. And so just try not to waste your time if you can avoid it, because I've wasted time. I have learned not to read too deeply into the signs, you know? Like, oh man, he's been talking to me a lot, or he tilts his head when he talks, or he gave me his cookie at lunch, or whatever the heck it is. If he's not bold enough, because we grown at this point, 21 years of age, alright? At this point, if he's not bold enough to have the conversation, if he's not bold enough to put forth the effort and show that he actually cares about you and wants to be in a situation with you and can verbalize it, then I'm alright. I'm okay. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you know what, I know he loves me, he just hasn't said it yet, like he just isn't ready. I know he... Okay. I have learned that no man is a god amongst men. It is unhealthy for you to have a man on a pedestal so high that he can get away with doing daggum near anything. That he can get away with not giving you what you need and what you want just because you think that he is something truly, truly, truly special. I have figured out over my time that not having a type can be an asset. Not having something that you just are like sticking to and strict about when it comes to like looks or what they do or what their activities are can be extremely fun to just get to. I've liked the rainbow, y'all, and it's been a good time. I've learned to let myself just enjoy experiences. I am an overthinker and I am mentally I'm a mental gymnast where I'm just everywhere doing everything and it's extensive. But I've learned to just let myself enjoy things. It doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't have to turn into anything. It's okay. It's really okay. I have spoken to my pastor and I learned that how you handle your virginity is how you choose to handle it. There's no right way, there's no wrong way, as long as you are praying for safe expression, safe experiences, and a safe partner. And then whatever time happens for you, just make sure you're good and emotionally and mentally, physically, spiritually, soulfully, and physically, it's all in alignment, and then it's all good. No judgment. You're doing all right. This is a time where it's all confusing and it's weird and it's fine. And that's virginity, that's for sexuality, that's for all that jazz. Just make sure that you're being true to yourself, and make sure that you're being smart and safe, and you're good. I have learned to let stuff die. Oh my gosh, I've been the kind of person almost all my life where I've had that ride or die mentality, and I think black women get taught this a lot. Where it's like, no matter what, love him through anything, and then eventually he will grow into Gucci Mane, and he will marry you and give you everything he should have given you years ago. No. Let stuff die. Some things do not need to get thrown out. I was in love with a man, dating this man, talking to this man on and off for almost 8 years. It did not need to be 8 years. Relationship remixes are dangerous, people, and they're usually unnecessary. My rule for that is if nothing's changed, if both of you haven't changed dramatically from whatever was the issue, and your situation hasn't changed, don't re-engage. No. learned not to get into a situation or to even try to get into a situation if I'm not settled as a person. I was talking to this guy and he stressed me out, Lovies. Oh, he stressed my whole life because I didn't know who I was at the time. I was in therapy. I was trying to deal with myself and the things that I had been through. And because I didn't know who I was, I didn't know what I was willing to accept and what I should accept and what I shouldn't accept. And that's not okay. So if you don't really know yourself, if you're not good and secure in yourself, don't like spending time with yourself, don't engage with anybody else. Learn you, love you, get in that. Get into that. Chances are, personal opinion, chances are, if you're not in love with yourself, then it's not going to go well. And that's one of the reasons maybe that you're not meeting the person that you want to meet is because God or the universe, whoever you believe in, knows that you're not in love with yourself first, and so you'll get lost in being in love with that other person. And you're too great to get lost. We need you. We want you.
Oh, we want you. We love you.
So, important. Very important. I have learned to communicate. I have learned to communicate clearly and consistently and ask questions. And if I need clarification, I need clarification. If you need clarification, you need to get it from me. I learned to expect communication. It is a standard. It is something that needs to happen at all times. I have learned chances are you're not asking too much. Chances are you are asking closer to the bare minimum of a person. And if they can't even give that to you, let them go. I'm learning to let go. It's been a hard time, and honestly, God will make you let go if you ain't trying to let go of what He's telling you to let go of. And it's much easier to just do it yourself. So I've learned that. I have learned that I will always be the love of my life first and foremost. And that there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to get in situations with people and you're going to need to compromise and you're going to need to grow and transition and transform. But you shouldn't change to lose yourself, to submerge yourself in something, in someone. That's not the move. It's not the movement. That's not what we're doing here. Because at the end of the day, you're going to spend more time with you than you will ever spend with that person. And when it's done, because those usually end, when it's done, you'll be so distraught and destroyed and undone as a person. It'll be really hard to put yourself back together. I work really hard now not to get broken, because I've been broken before and it was not broken, dismantled. And it's incredibly difficult to put yourself back together, especially to put yourself back together in a healthy configuring of yourself. So, yes. Okay. Those are the lessons. Hope you enjoy them. If you have some, you're more than welcome to comment them. I would love to hear and learn and grow. Let's do our stupid. Okay, for stupid, I think it is time that we stop judging people on their step in their path, right? Like, and stop judging yourself. Leave yourself alone. If you are not, let's say you're behind when it comes to your graduation plan, you're all right. You're still moving forward. That's the problem. We don't want just absolute halting. But if you're still moving forward, be nice to yourself. And don't let other people be mean to you. I don't care if they're your mommy, your daddy, your uncle, your granny. Don't let them be mean to you about you being on your step in your path. You're good. You are doing just fine. It is all right. If you're working and you're good. It's okay. You are on your own road. If you got a kid and it was earlier than you wanted it to be, you're all right. You're okay. You got this. You're such a good person. Okay. So, Stephen. Stop being mean to yourself. Stephen. Let us go into Infuse It. For Infuse It, I have actually not been like a makeup person for a long period of time. I wasn't raised like that. It wasn't my thing. But I grew up, started getting into it a little bit more. As you see, I usually try to do my face for the show. And so what I'm going to say for Infuse It is the Natasha Denona palette. Sorry, mine's kind of, you can tell it's used. It is a 5 eyeshadow palette. I got it from Sephora. I think it was a Sephora and JCPenney's though or something. And it was like $25 and they're super pigmented. I really, really enjoy them, especially for someone like me who's kind of in the novice department. Then you don't have to keep like trying to go back, and I usually wet the brush and then go at it. And it's an easy way to create cute looks, and it's cheapish because I really don't like spending a lot of money on makeup. So check that out. We can start moving in that direction. If you're not a makeup person, or if you are a makeup person, then go ahead and give it a shot. Why spend all this money when you don't have to? So let us go into our Sip It. It's our Sip It. Okay, so Sip It. It's gonna be a little bit off. You're as pretty as you feel. You're as pretty as you want to be, my lovies. You don't have to be anything in particular. If you look around in the world, there are so many different kinds of pretty. And there's big pretty and small pretty and tall pretty and short pretty and dark pretty and light pretty. And there's so many different kinds of pretty. So there's no formula for it. So it just means you have to feel it through. You just have to believe in your beautifulness. I genuinely believe that. I had a dream last night and I was like, oh man, I felt so pretty in that dream. And so I think let's all just try to feel it. Just feel it in your soul, and not feel it in your soul like, oh, I'm pretty on the inside. No, you're freaking gorgeous on the inside and the outside. You're a gosh damn marvel physically. You know, you got a beautiful face. And that's not beautiful like, oh man, all God's creatures are beautiful. No, you're freaking gorgeous. Like, you're so pretty. You're all my lovies. And I don't be loving ugly things. I really don't. So I'm trying to tell you, you was cute, you was fine, you was gorgeous. I likes me some you. Okay? So that's what I want you to take into your world. Because I think if you feel pretty, it'll connect to like how you engage with these men or engage with your significant others. Because it's a free for all, because we let people love who they want to love. Okay, love is love, love is life. That's important. Alright. As always, be good, lovies. Yeah.